My name is Amadeo Sarma. I'm currently Senior Manager at NEC Labs Europe in Heidelberg, Germany. And my background is electrical engineering, actually, and I've been moving more over the last years into security and identity management. And one of the things I'm interested in here is how self-organization can help in these areas. Yes, we do research in the labs. That is, we work on several European Union projects, for example, in the areas of security, in the areas of identity management, but beyond that in networks and services. So there's a broad range of topics in which we are involved. Yeah, one of the things we've been looking at recently is especially on identity management, and which has been in the past used for services or for Web 2.0 or web applications. But we found it lacking in the area of networks. So we've been looking at cross-layer approaches to identity management, and so that the networks and the services provide for the correct identity, for the correct person who is trying to get the services that he would like to have. Yes, one of the major issues in identity management is privacy and how to maintain the data of a person so that it's not revealed to people to whom it should not be revealed. So one of the areas we look into there is how we can define policies such that the data follows the user's wishes, which is under user control. And that is one of the very important issues for the future, especially in the European context where privacy is a very important issue. It's a huge challenge which you see if you look at applications like Facebook, where people reveal a lot of their information, perhaps even without knowing what they're doing. So on the one hand, we have a huge challenge as far as education is concerned, that people should be concerned about data that they reveal which might be used against them or used for advertising purposes in a manner that they would not like to have in the future. So there's a lot of potential for misuse. That's on the social side more, but also on the technical side, there are not a number of open issues as to how to provide privacy in the network. How do you make sure that you don't leave traces where you are through your addresses, like MAC addresses or IP addresses? So that's kind of challenge, how to bring identity management to the network while at the same time keeping privacy of the people upheld. I think one of the challenges that we have is to find areas of application where self-organization could work. What are the practical examples or scenarios, use cases where we could use self-organization? And that's one of the reasons I'm also here to see, related to identity management and security, are there application scenarios where self-organization could be used? I could think of something like intent-based communications, which is what we work on. The user has an intent, and that would be provided to the digital world in a very abstract manner, and the network and the services would have to organize themselves into sessions. So could self-organization play a role in this? So from the application point of view and coming from industry, we're looking very much at where can we actually use it. No, in fact we haven't, and that's one of the big challenges of the future. If you want to have a self-organizing services network session, how to do that? That's one of the open issues we've identified for the moment. So I think that's a challenging issue for the future and for future research. Yeah, I certainly hope so, and I have, from what I've seen so far in many of the presentations and the discussions that you can have in parallel as well, there are a lot of ideas that I would like to take up and move on for the future and to see how they can impact the work that I'm doing in the area of identity management, especially in research, but also towards providing solutions for our business units. At this point, not yet, but I'm looking forward to finding opportunities for collaboration here. I think the research days provide an excellent opportunity to actually sit back and think and discuss issues rather than having a kind of normal conference atmosphere where you just listen to some things and have very little opportunities to actually interact with others, but also to interact with others in special work groups as you have here. So I think that's a very, very positive way to try and get something productive out of a workshop here, and I very much appreciate that.